Welcome. I believe I'm live. Um, Welcome. I'm so honored to be a part of this Feminine Frequency Festival. It's really been actually very inspiring for me to be here and to be witnessing so many women sharing um, what they're offering, and really it truly has been very inspiring for me. I'm Rachika, and I am a licensed psychotherapist and a spiritual mentor, and I'm talking today about coming home to our bodies, to our essence, and to our beings. So before I get started to talk more about that, I wanted to invite you and me to come into the present moment, if it feels right for you. And really, I want to invite you, when we listen from our minds, we pick up from our minds. When we drop into our hearts, we can access the wisdom of our hearts and our minds. And when we drop into our bodies and our bellies, we can listen and receive the wisdom of our own bodies and hearts and our minds. So, guide you into a brief coming into the moment. So we'll just want to invite you to start with taking in some deep, full breaths. And noticing your body, your feet, your legs, your seat, your pelvis. Your back, the front part of your torso, your arms, shoulders, and I'm going to invite you to have your awareness on your full body. And then also bringing part of your awareness deeper into your body, to your belly, inside. Kind of like supporting you to anchor in your belly. From this place, having an awareness on your body, your heart, and your mind. So thank you for being here, whether you're here live or recorded. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping in here. So I wanted to talk about coming home to ourselves, to our bodies, to our essence, and to our beings. And I thought I'd start with talking about babies. When I'm around babies, I don't know about you, but when I'm around babies, I want to hold them. I want to kiss them. They are absolutely yummy. And What makes babies so yummy is that they have substance called essence, different qualities of our being that runs through their bodies freely. So that's what makes babies so yummy. Not very often when I'm around adults do I feel similarly that I want to just eat up their yumminess. Often the reason for that is because um, in our lifetimes, we experience many wounds and hurts and traumas. And when we experience, whether these are big ones or little ones, when we experience these hurts, wounds, and traumas, it's too much for us as children, babies. It's just too much to handle. And one of the things that we end up doing out of protection is we start to shut down our essence. So what happens is that the substances that flowed in our bodies, in babies aren't very conscious of the substance in their bodies, but they're just full of it. The substance that flows starts to trickle down. It starts to reduce, and then we can lose a lot of the qualities of essence in our bodies. So that's why the using meditation and inquiry can be a really good process to come back to our essence, to the different qualities of our being, so that we can awaken and enrichen again. What meditation does is that it sensitizes us so that we can go beyond our ordinary awareness, and so that we can start to notice the subtle feelings. Subtle essence is very subtle but rich at the same time. So let me talk a little bit more about that. So our bodies have positive and negative essential substances. The positive could be something like softness or warmth, coolness. They can be dense or light. And these essential qualities have different affects. So we can have the affect from the substance in our body can be either joy or playfulness, can be tenderness, it can be groundedness, it can be passion. So these are some affects of the substances in our bodies. There's also something called negative essential states. And these are also in our bodies, and they can feel like heaviness, burning, contractions. And they also have their affects, like irritation, exhaustion, sleepiness, etc., dullness. So when we meditate, we're bringing our awareness, we're sensitizing our awareness, we're going deeper into our bodies, where we can start to not only feel essence in our bodies, but also as we pay attention, we are nurturing and nourishing the essence in our bodies. So even right now, I'm going to invite you to see if you can go deep into your body to notice if there is anything pleasant that you are aware of. And if you're here live, it would be lovely if you'd be, if you're live, I just want to welcome you to name whatever it is that you're sensing. So, for example, I'll just give an example. I'm currently aware of the softness in my belly. It's coming down. I notice it in my pelvis. Then down into my legs and my feet. So just becoming aware of this feeling that may be happening in your body, anything pleasant. As you pay attention, it will, it can spread. You can start to see, oh, now there's warmth coming in. It's not just softness, there's warmth. So it's a process of becoming more intimate with what is happening in the moment, and then paying attention to, how does this feel? So I'm just going to invite you to be present, even if I continue talking, to bring your awareness to whatever pleasant feeling you may have in your body at this time. And if you're not aware of anything, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. If you're not aware of anything pleasant, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Actually, it might be a really good time to go into it now. So there is the other part that I talked about, the negative essential states, the tightness, the burning that we can experience in our bodies, the heaviness. And really what happens when we start to notice essence in our bodies, for example, or even before we notice any essence in our bodies, what happens is that when essence arises, it excavates. That's why we stay in the body, because our hurts, our wounds, our traumas, our experiences, our shutdowns happened in the body. So when essence comes, it also opens up, like one of the shutdowns, for example. As I mentioned before, we tend to have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of shutdowns through our ears. And so on our journey back to essence, we sometimes have to go through all of those shutdowns, go through those memories, those wounds that we went through. So when that gets excavated, I know that many of us, when we're early on in our spiritual journeys, we, practice. Okay, I got to a state, and now shutdown comes, but I don't know what's happening. I'm totally confused. I don't know how to manage it. And I go back, I just practice to try to get to the state again. It works in the beginning. We keep coming back to the state, but then it doesn't work long term. We can't bypass. So then we have to, this is my understanding, we come to process of staying with it or doing inquiry. So we can work the shutdown through a meditation, staying with the tightness, staying with the burning, or moving it, or writing about it, or talking about it, but like having an awareness, a curiosity about it. And also allowing the feelings, the memories to come up. So, this process of inquiry is like we may have, for example, just give a couple examples, grief might come up. And I may just feel this grief, and I may or may not have an awareness of what this grief is about, but I cry and I release, and then I feel like I can settle again. Or as a memory or an association, every time I had this particular quality, I went to my dad and he couldn't attune to it. It was very difficult for him. He got irritated. And the innocence of myself as a child, I didn't know what to do but shut it down. So when we become intimate, this is a process of intimacy, intimacy with the essence in our bodies, intimacy with our shutdowns so we can release them. And coming back to the different qualities of our being, the different essences that circulate in our bodies so we can be yummy again, like babies. So, again, I'm going to invite you, if you are present within the recording or live, to take some moments right now to settle into your body, your belly, breathing fully. Noticing what you're aware of. In your body. And if there's something pleasant, and bringing your awareness to that. If you don't have something pleasant in your body, bringing your awareness to a place that's not super intense to be present with, but like, it could be like a tightness, the diaphragm, for example. So just bringing your awareness to that part, if there isn't something pleasant. Noticing as you stay present what shifts in your body. You're aware of your body. You're aware of any feelings. You're aware of any memories. Same. The inquiry process can be, as I've mentioned, it can be part of the meditation where we're staying present and watching the unfolding of what arises. It can also be some form of writing or moving or drawing, coloring, expression through that means. The key is to stay connected as much as you can with the body, even as you're doing the inquiry, because that deepens that process. You're allowing your body to guide you through it. And to have a spirit of curiosity. So, what we're doing is that we're cultivating deeper intimacy with ourselves. And this is the coming home. One thing that I forgot to mention is that women, for us, women, we can experience essence sometimes coming in from below us, or it can be unfolding in our belly, pelvis, our belly womb area. And so those are easier access points for women to experience essence and to feel it. However, it could come from a lot of different ways. It could just be from just around us. It could be coming from on top of, descending on us. Yeah. So I wanted to invite you, if this resonates for you, I am holding a Sacred Feminine Circle this Wednesday, December 21st at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's online, and it is not therapy. It is a Sacred Feminine Circle, so you can be anywhere in the country to join. And I'm putting a link to register for that in the description of this talk. I also have been doing a coming home meditation and inquiry group online. So you're welcome to sign up for any email updates. I will be doing groups again in 2023. And feel free to come and check out the group description on my website. I'll put that on the page as well. Thank you again for stopping in, for being present, for receiving the sharing. It's really an honor for me. And wishing you to come home to your bodies, to the yumminess of who you are in all the different ways, and to your beings. Blessings.